The athlete relies on more than 400 bones and joints. And when they don't work together, you can trust one team that's equally committed to keeping you in the game. At the Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge, our dedicated sports medicine physicians work with athletes every day to make healing as painless and simple as possible. Because we know where you'd rather be.
It's time to move up to the luxury of Long Ridge, a gated luxury community featuring beautiful landscaped grounds, pool, executive business center, and state-of-the-art fitness center. Each unit features 9-foot ceilings, ceiling fans, kitchen with microwave, utility room with washer and dryer, a garden tub in the back, walk-in closets, and a private patio or balcony for entertaining your guests. Explore living beyond the ordinary. Come home to Long Ridge Luxury Apartments, just off Sherwood across from Piccadilly.
Imagine a sale that can bring your style to life for less. The Bassett Anniversary Sale. Save throughout the store on pieces for every room in your home, delivered in a remarkable 30 days. Bring your style to life with our new introductions and in-home design service. Save store-wide and take advantage of special financing. The Bassett Anniversary Sale. Save up to 25% store-wide. Sale ends soon.
Welcome back to Louisiana Football TV Magazine. Before we get back to Tommy Hodson, quarterback formerly of LSU, and we're going to talk about the NFL days too, I want to mention that LSU plays Tulane this week at home in Tiger Stadium. One good thing is their top running back at Tulane, Andre Anderson, who played at Stone Mountain Stevenson High School right outside of Atlanta, has had two 200-yard games this year, almost 1,000 yards, a pro prospect, 5'10", 220, a junior, will not play. So the LSU defense will not have to face their main top asset on offense, Tommy. He's the glue for Tulane. So and he's a former teammate of Kelvin Shepard, who's a linebacker at LSU, and Perry Riley. So they were all teammates. Can you imagine those three guys on one team with the Cunningham kid from Florida, Jermaine Cunningham? They were all on the same high school team that won state and in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, their senior year. That was pretty good defense.
Yeah, that's great when you get all those good kids together and that play high school and get them on one team. It makes for a fun year.
And one linebacker is at Florida State starting. So there was 6 guys that not only signed D1, but they're all starting at top 20 schools. 5 on one defense, on one high school team outside of Atlanta. And Georgia didn't get any of these guys, which is amazing. But getting back, Tommy, to the pro career. I mean, you played 6 years. Mm-hmm. The Patriots now win Super Bowls every other year. When you were there, it was different story, right?
We were the worst team in the league and worst organization. We had gone through a lot of disarray. Victor Kiam owned us, and then he had bought it from the Sullivans. And so when you have ownership problems, it usually trickles down throughout the whole team. And we had changed GMs a couple of times. And the Patriots, which is weird, people think the Patriots, they're the greatest organization in the league now. When I played, we were the worst. And the 49ers were the best. And now the 49ers are in disarray. And the Patriots are the best team in the league, or the best organization in the league year in and year out. So NFL football changes like that, the salary cap, the draft, that all helps bad teams get better quickly.
And I remember growing up seeing Steve Grogan play quarterback for New England, and I think you were there in his later years.
I was there in his 16th year. He was 38. I was 22, and I was 23. He was 38, and he couldn't get out of the way fast enough. I watched him play his last game that he got in against the Eagles when the Eagles had Jerome Brown and Reggie White and Eric Allen was the cornerback, Seth Joyner, and he didn't last a quarter. I swear he couldn't move. He couldn't duck fast enough. They hit him so hard, and I felt so bad for him because he's my age, like I am now, and it'd be like me playing now. So.
Well, I remember Archie Manning during those days. Grogan was about a third-year pro, and he was on the Follies, NFL Follies every week, because it was either Archie getting knocked down or Grogan every week. And want to mention Irving Fryer was a teammate of yours, a great receiver from Nebraska.
Probably the best athlete I've ever seen. Yes, he was phenomenal. he could run. He could beat us in anything, the 10, the 20, the 40, the mile, half mile. He'd lead the pack and jump high, run fast, and real strong, bench press, squat, could do it all. And he was the first pick in the draft in 1984, I think. So.
And wasn't Andre Tippett a linebacker?
Andre Tippett, who just went into Hall of Fame, was a teammate of mine, and he was one of the great linebackers of the 70s. I mean the 80s, if you remember. He was kind of with Lawrence Taylor, that crew, and a lot of people played 3-4 back then, and he was that outside guy, good pass rusher, and great athlete.
Now, you caught, like you said off the air, that Lawrence Taylor, you caught him kind of in his early, mid-30 tail end, but he still hit you one time.
He's probably the greatest player I played against, and I played against Bruce Smith as well at Buffalo. He's pretty good too, and will go down one of the all-time greats. But Lawrence Taylor is probably the greatest defensive player I've ever seen, and could change a game and change a game plan going into the week. You always had to be concerned where he was.
Tommy, besides Bob Groh having an impact on you back at Central Lafourche in high school, what coach, college to pro, taught you more about the game as a quarterback?
I'd have to say Ed Zollenberger, actually. And Ed was my offense coordinator at LSU and was criticized here for being too conservative. He was a lineman in college, but really he taught me the finer points of being a quarterback and how to prepare each week and how to watch. He taught me how to watch film. He, the 5-step drop, the 5-step drop, the 3-step drop, the 7-step drop. He was very technically sound and taught me a lot of fundamentals about how to throw the football. Which carried me through my career at LSU and into the NFL. And I teach a lot of the things now to some of the young kids I give lessons to. I teach some of those very same things that I learned from Ed.
What would you say if a kid's watching tonight, or a dad, and he's got a young son out there, and I know you got young daughters, but they digest everything they hear from legends like yourself in the game that played, that they respect. If you're a quarterback and you're 13, 14 years old, what do you need to know and do well right now at that age, coming up into high school, to be successful?
I think the learning basic fundamentals of how to throw the football, and it's not that hard. But when you watch the great guys throw the football, the guys that throw with power and accuracy, they all have some common themes to their motion. And I would say when you're 12, 13, 14, this is the time to really start trying to practice and hone in and fine-tune the fundamental things that are going to enable you to be a great thrower or a better thrower. A lot of kids they're just behind the 8 ball when they get into high school because they hadn't been taught the right way or hadn't practiced the right things, how to grip the ball properly, how to use the whole body. They think it's just a flick of the wrist, and you have to learn to use your hips, your legs, your step correctly towards the target, and I call it coil, uncoil. You have to learn to do those things to be a great thrower and to be an accurate thrower.
What would you say was your biggest strength as a quarterback? Like your most natural thing to do as a quarterback? Just came easy to you?
I think vision, like seeing the field and seeing through, not really concentrating on the line, the defensive line, but having vision and just getting back there and seeing it quickly and making a quick decision and getting it out. I didn't take a lot of sacks. I got hit a lot, but didn't take a lot of sacks, and hopefully threw it to the right guy most of the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did. I mean, as a redshirt, you had a great year. We're going to talk about more with your days at LSU when we come back. Currently LSU, we'll talk about the quarterback. You'll get your thoughts on Jarrett Lee as a redshirt. And we'll have much more later in the show. We've got Don Jones, the head coach from Woodlawn High School locally, and Jimmy Lear. And our Recruit of the Week will be coming up as well. We'll be back in just a moment with more Louisiana Football TV Magazine.